Okay, so hi guys, how are you all doing once again today and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere of Gillette Style Glam. If this is your first time with me, thank you so much for being here. And if you already subscribed to my channel, you're the real MVP. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You're welcome. Right, so today I stumbled across this video on TikTok. And I'll tell you, a lot of people have had opinions about it. And I said I was going to, because this is something, in all honesty, I've been wanting to talk about this for the longest time, from people talking about, birthday dinners. And the concept of the birthday dinners has never made sense to me. Again, I want to be very clear. I'm Igbo. I'm Nigerian. When you are celebrating your birthday, okay, you are the celebrant. And so you get to invite people to whatever celebration you're having because it's your birthday. In this is me speaking from where I'm coming from. The people who your guests, aside from giving you birthday presents and gracing you with your presence, I don't know what else they owe you. All right. Moreover, they came. That's enough for me. Okay. They gave you a present or not. Aside from these two things, I don't know what else is important. Etiquette demands that when you're going for someone's birthday, you come with a present. That much we know, you know. And so I see this video on the internet. And so prior, I had always been here. I've been hearing things about people saying that they had a birthday dinner and the fact that, the the people, everyone ate and then they had to pay. That's the first thing I was like, "Ring, ring, ring, ring. What is this one? I came for your birthday dinner, I'm paying." Hey. Again, in the comment section, help me understand. But again, I have tried to understand it. I don't get it. Okay. I'm not gonna have a birthday and expect my guests to pay for the food. If I'm going to have a birthday dinner, I have the money for the birthday dinner. I have the money to pay for the food. That's how I see it. So before we delve in, I would like you to watch the video.
Hey babe, was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once through my homegirl a while ago. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time. And second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people, probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. As the night's going, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. I'm a very observant person, so I started noticing people's orders, and they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. So something, I don't know what it was, at some point of the night after, people was, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, just stop and pay for your meal. Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways. And he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl. I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl. So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card. Nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a shit show. So the person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, hey, what are we doing about the bill? So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally, she's like, all right, well, who's gonna put down on the bill? So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally, another girl in the group was like, well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and, everybody just pay you back? My homegirl, she say no. Like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. Da, 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 da. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself. Because first of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food, restaurant, public setting and embarrass myself because y'all don't have y'all shit together, right? I don't do that. I don't play that. My shit is already taken care of. My bill is taken care of, tipped out, tipped beautifully. My bill came up to 100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip, right? So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend, so she's staying trying to figure things out and stuff like that, arguing things like that with people. I'm not doing that, so I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, his bill's already taken care of. He took, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked, looking like I'm hitting the door by now. I'm gone. I'm out. By the time I get home, about an hour, I would say later, I get a long text message from my homegirl. I think that it was real rude what you did at my homegirl's birthday dinner. I don't know where that type of etiquette came from. Da, 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 da. I texted her back a simple IDC.
And while we're at that, what am I wearing? I've had this sweater for the longest time. I love it. It's oh gosh, the store I bought it from here. She sells one-off clothes. I don't even know how she does it. Most of the clothes she sells, you don't find them anywhere. And that's one of the things I love about wearing things that people hardly ever you know get to see. The dress is from Shein. I've never bought from them before, and I wanted to try because I love the turtleneck dresses. And I remember the first ones I bought were from DH Gates. I bought four at that time. Um, just three were very good. The other one, it's just not working. And so I've been wanting to and I lost weight again. So I've been wanting to, rebuy. And I'm like, okay, let me try this Shein for the everyone is making Shein. Let me try. And lo and behold, yeah, I have it. It's light, it's not that thick, but there's something. I have a trick or two up my sleeves, and I'm going to do that in the next fashion video, right? We're going to see it together. Okay, right. So now, from the beginning of this story, we see that Uncle said he knows the birthday girl, but not very well. But that it's his home girl who invites him for the gig. All right. Now, the way it sounds to me, the plan, the home girl invited him for that gig. The plan was he would pay. That was the plan. So homegirl was in on the whole shenanigan with the girl that your friend is going to be the one to pay for our birthday dinner. Okay? Now, dude goes there and he buys a present. He buys a present all the same, which he was not obliged to, but he did. He buys a present for her, goes and he, eats, does his thing. But he says something stood out to him. The way all of them were chowing down food, eating like they didn't have any home. In the book of Proverbs, I can't exactly remember which chapter. In the book of Proverbs, it says that when you go to a rich man's house and he offers you something to eat and to drink, he said, go there and eat like what you see there, you have it. Let me repeat. When a poor man goes to a rich man's house, you eat not as your eyes have seen, but you eat as though everything on that table, you've seen it all before. Translation, just take what is important and go. Oh, take more. Oh, no, thank you. Your dignity. Respect yourself. Not because you are, you can't, even when you are hungry, even when you are hungry, have respect for yourself. In Igbo land, every time I speak about the fact that I use Igbo all the time. Where I come from, when you go to somebody's house, in the same way, when they offer you something, you eat like you've seen all those things before. Especially as a child, remember, when as kids, they will tell you, if you go to, don't eat anything when you get there. My sister used to destroy, she used to shatter the table. I'm the first. So I'm like, okay, mommy and daddy said we shouldn't eat there. Fine. My sister will go there and tell you the thing that they told us. She will collect it. That was my sister. She was quite big as a child. And so looking back, from what I have understood and seen so far about these birthday dinners, one, most of the people who come for those birthday dinners are broke. So you come somewhere to eat off someone's money and then disappear. You are doing birthday dinner. Okay. So number one, if you don't have money, don't go. You see, discipline and principles work hand in hand. You cannot be talking about principles and then remove discipline. No, both of them have to go together. If you don't have money for something, remove your eye. Cat Williams said, if I want something, I got it. So if I don't look at it, I don't have, that means I don't want it. You see, you have to understand that being disciplined is actually a skill. Having principles is a quality. You go somewhere, then you are ordering the biggest steak with gold on top, and you're eating on another human being's money that you don't know. That's a lot of shame. Again, in Nigeria, we have a lot of metaphors. I don't know if you're aware. And our metaphors hit hard. But they're funny, but they make sense. You can't shame the shameless. I don't know if you've ever heard that before. You cannot shame the shameless, because somebody that has shame, someone who has shame, there are certain things the person cannot do. But you see someone who's shameless. The person has sold themselves. In Igbo, we say Oregon pata. That means the person has sold themselves to the last cent. Oregon pata. That means there is nothing left. If you raise this person up, there is nothing, no self-worth, respect, nothing is inside again that is left. There's nothing. You try to harangue a man you don't know. Again, I'm going to say, your homegirl was in on it. She knew what was going to go down. And so when they were talking about settling the bill, that was why they were looking at you. You were the scapegoats that they were supposed to use to scram. But the dude was smarter. He went and he paid off his bill one time, cleared out the table and moved and kept it moving along. Now, what I don't even get is the audacity of his homegirl to now come and send him a message and say you should have. As what? What does he owe you people? Where I blame this dude more than anything is if you didn't know this person that well, why did you go? Let me tell you a story. A friend of mine, if you remember one time I told you guys a story about my friend, a friend of mine who had a boyfriend who was actually who was dating her and dating another one of my friends and trying to date both of them at the same time. Now she was having her wedding. I was still in Nigeria at the time. Now she was having her wedding and I had my friend came around. I was like, "Oh, hi, what's up? Blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he says, "Oh, just out of the blues, he says, "Oh, um, your friend is getting married today. Let's go." Now I stood up to actually prepare and go for that wedding. Because he said, I'll come back to pick you up, then we go. I actually told him, I was like, okay, fine. I went in, took my, had my shower. I was actually getting ready, to go for the wedding that I was not given an invitation for. My mom saw me and my sister, because we're only two girls. My mom saw me and my sister. My mom says, where are you going? I'm like, oh. And I said, okay, so let's say her name is Rose. And I'm like, oh, Rose is getting married today. My mom says, and? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. And she's looking at me. My sister is looking at me weird. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? My mom says, where is your invite? I didn't have any. My mom says, you're not going for the wedding. I'm like, Mom, why? She was like, with or without you, the wedding would go on. That was the first thing that slammed, it was like a slap on my face. Boom. She said, with or without you, the wedding has already been scheduled. It will go on. If she wanted you to be there, she would have sent you an invite. She doesn't want you to be there, so you don't get an invite. One. The next thing she told me was, don't cheapen yourself. No. It's not because she's your friend. She was your friend because right now she's no longer your friend. So don't cheapen yourself. Two. So when my friend came, he was expecting that I was all dressed and all. And then I walked out and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going. And he was like, why? And I told him, I said, well, with or without me, the wedding will still go on. And he looked at me and he was like, that's true. Like, yeah, with or without me, the wedding will still go on. And I don't want to cheapen myself. Everything my mom told me, that was what I told him, She's like, okay, yeah. So I was like, okay, so what? I'm dressed, let's, do something else. So we went out somewhere to eat or something and we had drinks. He didn't go for the wedding either. That's it in a nutshell. You don't sell yourself for breadcrumbs. You don't turn to Esau. Don't be Esau and Jacob that will sell your birthright for a bowl of porridge. Don't do that. If someone does not invite you somewhere, don't go. If somebody has to invite somebody that has to invite you to go somewhere, don't go. As long as there is no direct invitation to you, don't go nowhere. You were never in the plan. And you see, and the way I see it, A lot of things can happen from there. And this is how people get into trouble. You were never meant to be there in the first place. Why are you there? Oh, my friend is doing something. Let's go. No. Your friend is not my friend. I deal with you as my friend, but I am not dealing with that person that is not my friend. No, point blank, period. End of discussion. I've had a situation here in France, very good friends of mine. And I remember there was one of us I hadn't seen in a long time. And he was asking me, oh, I had my birthday party the other day. I did not see you. I was like, really? I didn't know. And he was like, oh, he demanded from so and so and so and such and such. And that they said they told me, but I refused to come. I said, me, Muankele. Hey, I said, Muankele. When it was quite obvious to him that a lot of things were happening without my knowledge, he now said, he was going to talk to them. I said, no, 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 don't do that. I told him, I said, no, don't do that. No, it's not needed. He looked at me. I said, no. And you see, because of what my mom told me years ago, I said, don't do that. If they have a reason for not telling me when they're having whatever function or events they're having, I respect it. Because I told him, I said, this one, I saw her 2 days ago. She made a dress for me. The other one, I saw her a few weeks back. I was at her house. So if at these periods of time, I could be with them, I sat with them, we ate, we drank, and they did not think it was cool enough to let me know the shenanigan that was going down, I respect that. It's okay. It's simple English. You were not meant to be there. And so, again, back to birthday dinners. I cannot be having my birthday, and have a birthday dinner and invite my friends and expect them to pay. I will pay. It's my prerogative. It's my birthday. I'm the one who is having the celebration. Because, again, it's not a must to have the birthday dinner. Another thing I could do is cook at home and invite those same friends to come to my house to eat. And so all the craziness of birthday dinners is taken care of. You don't have to. You could decide, okay, you order pizza, order this, order that. Food is ready. If you don't have money, $100, $200 pere can buy you KFC, everything inside. You come and do birthday dinner, everybody eats, drink, and go home happy. Because again, the way I see this birthday dinner thing, oh, Akbere, is this thing, is long throat, is this thing here. Akbere, is long throat. That's the way I see it. It's this. People that have lost self-respect, that nothing can shame, nothing. And they decide they want to go and eat up on someone's bill. Who do you think you are? Birthday dinner agbakwa ọkụ. Unu na-eme birthday dinner unu ejiri ego. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. And this goes for everything. If there is something that you were not meant to be for and was supposed to happen and you were not meant to, don't go, don't do it. You were not called. It's that simple. You were not called. I recall one time when I was doing my NYSC, we were supposed to, we had a trip to go. I didn't want to go on that trip because at that time, I'm always very wary about traveling, because I'm not good traveling on the road. I have motion sickness, so I tend to avoid traveling all the time. And so I recall on that day we were supposed to be traveling, and it was in the night, and then it began to rain. And then as we were leaving, one of the things that happened was that we were not even supposed to leave that night. We were supposed to leave the day after. But for whatever reason, they said, oh, let's leave, that we're going that night. And so as we were leaving, my friend, her leg got caught on, I think it was on a nail or something, and she hurt herself. That sign was enough for me. And I told her, I said, let's go home. I said, there's a lot of things that have happened that I'm picking on the signal. One, it's begun to rain. And it's not those kind of small rain, serious heavy rain. I said traveling at night, heavy rain. And then as we're just about to get on the bus, a nail hooks you and pricks you on your leg. You're practically limping. I said, darling, let's go home. And we turned and we went back home. Always read the signs. It's that simple. Okay. And on this note, guys, do not fail to like, do not fail to share, do not fail to comment, and do not fail to, hit the notification button, please, so that anytime I upload, you guys will be the first to know. And follow me on all my social media networks: Instagram, Facebook, it's Juliet Style Glam. Twitter is Juliet Style, X now. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.